UFC Brazil live UFC Brazil live breakdown. Charles Oliveira taking on Mateusz Gamrot. I'm your host of Wager Zone. This is the co-host, Mr. Carter.
Mr.
Say what's up
Carter,
to the people,
baby.
Mr. Carter.
Let's
You
go, let's
Ressa?
go. UFC Brazil, baby.
Yes, UFC Brazil, guys. If you guys are here for the first time, click that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the page. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers right now, guys. We are at about 665, 664 in that area at the moment. We're trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. So if you guys are here for the first time, subscribe to the page. This is UFC Brazil. We've been cashing out on UFC the past couple of weeks. So it's been a great couple of weeks for us for UFC so far. If you guys follow my LFA picks this week, guys, LFA did very well until Jamal Mavladov went out there and lost. We got like all the fights right, and then our most confident pick of the day, and Mavladov went out there and said, I don't know how to fight. So, but if you guys are here for the UFC, guys, let's cash out UFC Brazil. Gamrot taking on Oliveira. So let's get into the first fight of the night, guys. First fight of the night is going to be Simon Oliveira taking on Luen Lacerda. This one, guys, on this one, I'm taking Lacerda. He's a minus 300 favorite. He was a minus 210 in the beginning. The odds were just went up on him just over the past few hours because Oliveira missed the weight by 8 pounds. I'm surprised they're still doing this fight. The fight's supposed to be at 135. Oliveira came in at 142 or 144. So he missed probably one of the biggest weight miss I've ever seen in the UFC. I'm surprised they're still having this fight. But Lacerda said, you know what? I'll fight him. I don't care. But I'm taking Lacerda for the first fight of the night. Lacerda is just honestly a better fighter. I was going to pick him beforehand. I thought he was just going to come in here and win this fight before. But now that Oliveira went out there and just looked horrible at weigh-ins, he looked super drained. He missed by 8 pounds, which is kind of crazy. So I think Lacerda is just honestly going to win this fight pretty easily. Like, I don't see how Oliveira wins this fight. And this even beforehand, before the weight miss, I just thought Lacerda was a better fighter overall. I think he has the better striking. I think he's honestly fought the better competition. I think he's a better grappler. I think Simon Oliveira's only way of winning this fight is probably going to be like a knockout or bust. He's going to probably come out there and swing. But I see Lacerda taking this fight down to the floor, being very smart, taking him down to the floor and just grind him out. A guy that missed weight that bad, that obviously looks sucked up, just take him out, grind him out, get him really tired. And Lacerda doesn't have the best record in the UFC, but I do believe this is going to be a good bounce back spot for him. Lacerda has lost both of his fights in the UFC. First fight he lost to was Cody Stamann. He lost a unanimous decision back in 2023 for Cody Stamann. 2023 he lost to Damon Blackshear, and then he's taken a break since then. He hasn't fought since 2023, back in June of 2023, so it's been over 2 years since he's fought. But now he's coming back, and I feel like the UFC is giving him a very good bounce back spot. They want these Brazilians to have a good fight card where he is fighting
Those
another
are the
Brazilian.
people Luan has fought that you
Yeah,
said?
Luan Lacerda. He has fought.
Okay.
He has fought Damon Blackshear and Cody Stamann. He
Yeah,
lost
sorry,
both
I
of them.
wasn't trying to cut you off. I just wanted to make sure that real quick. But yeah,
Yeah, he
keep going.
lost. He lost to both of those guys. And Simon
Good
Oliveira,
competition.
good competition. He fought really good guys. And what's it called? And what's his name? Simon Oliveira is 0-3 in the UFC so far. He lost to Tony Gravely, where Tony Gravely's not in the UFC anymore. He lost to Daniel Marcos. Well, Daniel Marcos is a decent fighter, but Daniel Marcos, in my opinion, isn't all that. Then he lost to David Martinez, where David Martinez, they gave him David Martinez a layup. They say, you know what, we're going to give it to him, knock him out. And honestly, I believe this is going to be a fight where the loser is going to get dropped from the UFC for sure. Because with Dana White's Contender Series going on, Dana's trying to bring in new talent. He's already signed a couple people, and you know when he signs people, he has to drop some people. And I believe this is the reason why he's putting this fight on, because I believe he wants Simon Oliveira to get dropped. Hell, guys, if Simon Oliveira wins this fight somehow, which I don't believe he will, if he wins this fight, maybe they both get dropped. Because coming in 8 pounds overweight, you're probably going to get dropped for sure. Honestly, but I'm taking Lacerda. I think Lacerda takes him down to the floor, grinds him out. He's fought a better competition. He's a better grappler, and a guy that missed, like I said, 8 pounds is kind of crazy. That just means your body just shut down on you if you're missing up that much. And he looks sucked up at the weigh-in. So yeah, give me Lacerda, give me Luan. I think he's actually a pretty decent play, but it's the first fight of the night. You know what we say. If you guys watched this before, you guys know what we say about the first fight of the night. But an 8-pound weight limit, weight pound miss. I just don't see how he wins this fight.
And just one thing, because like I said, most of I'll probably be going with you on this one too, and I don't have much to add, but I'll just have like a couple questions I'll ask you, is like for what would be your method of victory for Luan? Do you think he wins by decision, knockout, or submission?
Luan Lacerda, I honestly picked him probably by submission. I think it's
Mm,
going to be a decision or submission. It's probably going to be a
okay.
submission in those later rounds. I would like to say probably second or third round after Oliveira gets tired because Oliveira's gonna be knockout or bust. He's gonna be round one or bust because if he goes out of that first round, he's gonna be so gassed, he's gonna be so tired, like his body already shut down on him, and I don't believe he's gonna be able to come in there and fight. So I do believe it's gonna be a submission probably, and I want to say first or second round. Real quick, I did not do this time, but we're gonna go through the odds right now. Like I said, Luan Lacerda is a minus 300 favorite. The odds have went up on him ever since he missed the weight. The over 1.5 is set at a minus 150, under 1.5 a plus 115. So it seems like the bookies are already putting that over 1.5, under 1.5. Because I think this fight's probably going to be finished as well. And if we go look at that submission prop, like I said, if you're going to pick a method of victory, it's probably going to be submission. Most likely, I'm thinking submission, where Luan Lacerda is a plus 130 for a submission. So it seems like the bookies even think he's going to submit him. So plus
What's
130
him
for
by
submission.
KO? So
Him by
you could
KO
see
is
the
a plus
difference.
550.
Yeah, you can see the
Yeah,
difference.
a
So
plus
yeah,
550 for KO, a plus 385 for decision. So if you want to go in there and take maybe the double chance for let's see the bookies have it. We always like those double chance odds as well. If they have it, double chance right here. Luan Lacerda by submission or decision, a minus 155. So if you guys want to get that minus 300 line down, where I don't believe he knocks him out, I believe he submits him or goes to
yeah, and I
decision.
wouldn't use them
So
as a parlay piece because
yeah,
most of the first fights of the night are horrible parlay pieces, in my opinion. They just always, instead, just go sprinkle a little something. If you want to be risky on the first fight of the night, go put it on the Luan by submission.
yeah.
Or if you want to have a safe bet for the first fight of the night, go take the submission or by decision on Luan. So.
And yeah, but if you look how will the fight end, just like that, like just the line for that, how the fight will end. This is either fighter knockouts a plus 300, decisions a plus 230, submissions a minus 115. So it seems like the bookies really
Even
believe this fight.
Oliveira, if
Either
he wins,
Oliveira's going to submit him or Lacerda's going to submit him. That's how the bookies kind of see this. But I think it's Lacerda. Like I said, 8 pound weight limit miss. He looks sucked up. He looks very horrible. I believe if he doesn't get a finish in that first round, Oliveira's going to be gassed and he's going to be done. And Lacerda's going to take over. So if I had to pick a round where some people like round props, I would say Lacerda second round submission. If you go look at that, let's go see what that line is probably at. Let me look at this. Round props, round betting. Right here, Lacerda to finish the fight in round two, a plus 400. So that's a plus 400 for if you guys like round props for the second round submission, or just that second round finish. If you go by second round submissions, a plus 600. So if you guys appreciate it, whoever clicked that thumbs up, I appreciate you, dude. And also if you're here for the first time, subscribe. And if you're not here for the first time and you're a returning person, leave a comment so I know. Let me know who's here. I really appreciate it. Give us your feedback.
check in with us.
Let us know who you believe wins these fights as well. But yeah, Luan Lacerda, second round submission, plus 600. So it depends what kind of better you are. I'm not taking that minus 300 favorite. Like, I'm not going to be doing that most likely. For me, this fight is probably, in my opinion, the safest bet on this fight is that double chance. Lacerda wins by decision or submission
Or
at a
submission.
minus 155. That's probably the safest thing because I don't believe he knocks out Oliveira. And I just believe it's gonna be a submission or a decision. So that's probably the safest bet for me. I wouldn't take the minus 300 line at all. But if you guys like plus money plays and you guys like those method of victory, submission is the way to go. It's a plus 130. Seems like the bookies are already telling us it's gonna be submission. So yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be for the first fight of the night.
Yeah, I didn't have very much to add on that one. I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask you the couple questions I had on that one, but other than that, nothing else on that one.
Yeah, so now second fight of the night, guys. Julia Pilastri taking on Carolina I think it's I don't know how to say her name. It's Kalasashik or something. I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but we're gonna call her Carolina because if you guys know watch MMA, you guys know Carolina is a person. So yeah, we're gonna be going with this fight. We're gonna be going Pilastri. I think Pilastri's gonna put it on her. Honestly, I think Pilastri is honestly, at this point in Carolina's career, I think she's better everywhere. I think she has the better cardio. I think she has the better striking. I think she has a better grappling. I think she's a younger fighter. Carolina's almost on her way out. Like I said, Dana wants to drop some of these fighters. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna set up these older fighters or these fighters that are on 0-3 starts against somebody he believes in to beat them, so he can just drop them. Call back. Why Mercury? Why? I told you, my dude. I told you that the Aces were gonna win that game. Clean sweep, my dude. I just told Mr. Carter about that bet. That's why he's laughing. He's just like, oh, yeah. We just had that conversation. This is UFC. This is UFC. But he said, Mr. Carter, want to tell him what you said? He said, why would you bet against Asia Wilson? Like why but all right, let's go back into this one. Julia Pilastri. I think she wins this fight. Like I said, Dan's setting these fights up for people for them to lose. I think Pilastri wins this fight. I think he does it by submission. So I mean submission by decision. I don't see Carolina getting finished at all. And Pilastri isn't a girl that usually finishes people. So her money line's a -550. Do I think that's a good parlay piece? Possibly, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you because Carolina is like 40 something years old. Like Carolina is, let's see how old Carolina is. No, she's 39 years old. Carolina has lost back to back fights against Denise Gomez and Yasmin Lucindao. Her only wins in the past, her last two wins are against Diana Belbita and Vanessa Dumopoulos. So it's like two good. He said, "Mommy Pilastri," but but yeah, I'm taking Pilastri. I think she does it by decision. Let me go look at those odds real quick. Like I said, -550 on the money line, kind of high for
That's
a women's
wild.
fight, honestly. Kind of, but I believe she wins that fight pretty easily. If you want to get that down, even the decision prop isn't that good, and -185 by decision. So that's not even good. I honestly believe like the best way to attack this fight, to be honest, is just parlay Pilastri. That's probably the best way to do it. Parlay Pilastri, just because I'm not taking a -185 on a decision victory. I'm just not doing it. I'm not paying an over 2.5 on a -450. I'm not doing it. So I might as well just parlay Pilastri. I want to say I'm confident in her because she's fighting an old Carolina. She's better than Carolina everywhere. So I just don't think that there's any way that Carolina wins this fight. But like I'm confident in Pilastri, but the -550 is kind of scary a little bit. If you think Pilastri just rolls her real quick, if you just think Pilastri comes out there and beats her every single round, 30-27 all around, and if you think Pilastri might finish her, the best bet for you might be -130 on the -3.5 spread. That might be the best bet for this fight because I don't think Carolina wins a round. I don't. Like maybe Carolina does, but do you have Luan beating Simon? Yes, we just talked about that one. I have Luan winning that fight. I think, like I said, Simon missed weight by 8 pounds. So he looked sucked up at weigh-ins. He looked horrible, but I picked him by submission. I think Lacerda submits him in that second round. I went over that. I said plus 600 for the second round submission, plus 145, 140 by submission.
Yeah, that
So
one's for him. See, we the plus 600, the round two submission.
Simon's hand is broken too. Where? I did not hear that. How did you hear that his hand's broken? Did his coach call you and tell you? I don't
The
think a fighter would.
mafia.
He said the mafia. I don't think the mafia called them. That's what happened. Mafia said, "Hey, his hand is broken." Maybe you saw the. I have to watch the weigh-ins again. Maybe he saw his hand very swollen. Insider info. You know what I'm telling you. Know
I love it. I love
what?
it. I love it.
So I think yeah, I'm
I'm
taking
betting the
Pilastri.
house on Simon.
Yeah, you're betting the house on Simon. Damn. But yeah, I'm taking Pilastri. So do you have anything to say about this fight? I know you're probably gonna be like -550 is crazy for a women's fight.
um, to be 100% honest, the only thing I would say about this one is how like it kind of looks like the trap spot, right? Where it's like how we're over here saying the first fight of the night is always that like real shitty one that never goes your way, right? And it's real shitty when it's women's MMA. To be
Hmm.
honest, it almost feels like that is the first fight of the night because the Luan should be higher than that on the card. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should be most likely the Julia, Palastri and Carolina should have been the first fight of the night. So I could see it playing out like the first fight of the night where Carolina might get some wild upset. But it's like I wouldn't be confident in it. I don't know the Palastri girl good enough to like bet
Mm-hmm.
on her or bet against her. So and I do know Carolina, but like you said, she's old, she's on her way out. Um, it just women's MMA at that I don't think the only person I can ever warrant betting minus 500 on is Amanda
Kayla.
Nunes.
Oh, was it Kayla or Amanda?
And Kayla now, maybe.
Yeah.
Kayla now, maybe. You know what I mean? Like not in the beginning because you just didn't know yet, you know? But
If
it's
you
like
watched PFL, you knew. If you
it's just
did.
hard to bet a girl at minus 550 when most of their fights go to decision, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
just and in a decision fight, leave it up to the judges
But she's
where
in
it
Brazil
splits.
too.
And
I don't know if you
is
remember
Julia the Brazilian?
she's the Brazilian,
Yeah.
and
No,
in Brazil
what you're saying
they do
sounds
favor
like I
them.
said. I would be on your side of the pick, but it's just I said it just feels like that trap spot, first fight of the night
Yeah.
type shit when it's not, but it's second fight. But if it's like, seems like it could be, you know. But
Yeah,
we'll
and like
keep on going on
I
that one.
do believe the line is very high, but I think the reason why it is because first off, like I said, like Pilastri, she's the Brazilian. In Brazil, they kind of favor the Brazilians in like Brazil. And Carolina's 39 years old. So and then I like I said, I think Pilastri's better than her everywhere. Like I think
Well, it's
like
Pilastri's fight to win or lose, you know.
yeah, so like I said, the best way to bet this fight, just by looking at the odds, is probably the parlay Pilastri at a minus 550. Find another spot for her. Maybe don't parlay her with your most confident pick, probably. I wouldn't say like don't if you're having a confident parlay, I don't think Pilastri should
You
be
know
in
me,
it. But
I like to do like the way I like to bet is I'll take a few on the prelims and put them in a parlay. So like if I do, I'll probably take her and put her in the 3 leg
mhm.
small parlay for like on a couple more of these fighters we see coming up here, you know.
I'll let
But
you know right now who I parlay her with. So I already know who the perfect parlay piece. Because, like I said, you know what I do. What I do is if I feel a little risky about this person's a high favorite, but they're gonna win, I'm gonna parlay it with another high favorite that's kind of risky. I think will win. You know
that's
why?
what I
Just put
do
them
too.
just
Yeah,
put
I
them
feel it.
together and be like, you know what? If they both win, they both win. But if they don't win, don't be too confident in it. But yeah, we're not gonna take too much on women's MMA. Pilastri for the win. I think we both kind of see it, but it's not a lock play for sure, in my opinion. Next one, guys, Lucas Roja taking on Stuart Nicole. This one, guys, I'm taking Stuart Nicole. I honestly believe as an underdog, he's a good spot. He was the underdog. I had plus money on him earlier today. Yesterday, he was a plus. Excuse me, he was a plus 110. Now he's a minus 108. It's going to a pick him for a minus 108. It's almost there. So I see a lot of people believe in what I see. I think Rojas is the better striker. But one thing about Nickel, if he gets on your back, he's gonna be one of those guys that backpack you, and he will stay on your back the whole round, fish for a rear naked choke, and just pound you in. And I do believe that's what he's gonna do in this fight. I believe this fight's very close, and that's why the odds have gotten to that point. I think Nicole is very live to come in here and take the back, and maybe even submit him by rear naked choke, or even get a decision victory and just grind him out by backpacking him. So I'm taking Nicole. He's a minus 108. I think he's honestly a decent underdog spot. I can't even say underdog anymore because it's basically a pick 'em. So I'm taking Nicole. I think he backpacks Lucas Roja and he ends up just grinding him out that way. If you look at the odds, like I said, minus 108 for Stuart Nicole, minus 112 for Lucas Roja. Over 1.5 is the line. It's set at a minus 155. Under 1.5 set at a plus 120. So it seems like the bookies don't think this fight's going too long. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think though I like that over 1.5. I might hop on it. You never. I kind of like it already because it says right here, like the favorite. If you go to the bout specials, I like to look at all this when I look into my bets. The bout special says Lucas Roja by sub or Stuart Nicole by points. That's the It's a plus 200, but a lot of these ones are like plus 400, plus 550, plus 800. But the favorite on that on the bout special is Nicole by points or submission. And I don't think Nicole gets submitted in that first round. I really do not. So I do believe that second round. I think Rohan's jiu-jitsu is good enough to not get submitted by Nicole because he has good jiu-jitsu. But Nicole, he like I said, what he does, he backpacks you. He locks in that body triangle. He's gonna sit on your back and just pound your head in, and he doesn't care if it's boring. He is what he's gonna do. So if we go look at this, Lucas Roja by knockout to plus 200. Lucas Roja by sub is a plus 800. Lucas Roja by decisions a plus 550. Nicole by KO plus 750. Nicole by submission plus 400. Nickel by decision is a plus 300. But like I said, like the over, I can tell you right now, the over 1.5 is my favorite play for this fight. I'm picking Nickel. I do believe he wins this fight. I think he wins it by decision. But the over 1.5 minus fun 150, I think that's a steal because I believe both these guys are good enough to at least get out of that first round. What's the fight to complete one round? Let's see that real quick. Fight to complete one round is at minus 285. Like that just shows it right there. They almost have a minus 300 favor on the fight to complete one round, but the over 1.5, so minus 150. What do they think? The fight's going to end in the second round with like a minute into the second round? I don't believe that either. So I'm picking nickel, but I clearly think the best bet for this fight is over 1.5.
I told you I didn't know the most about these ones, but I mean, I probably picked the other one just because you picked Nicole, but just because of him being younger, and it being in Brazil, like if I had to, like, me, there's those fights that I just like to see what the dudes look like, and based off of shit like that, I'll go with, especially on ones I don't know like that.
Mhm.
Um, and just to be a little bit of controversial to you, I'll take Roca, but I wouldn't be confident in it. And then based off of what Callback said, the thing is I feel like this is the card, like you kind of said, where there's going to be a lot of those fights that are like you either win or you're out the UFC type shit. And this is another one of those that it could be like that because not only does Nicole not have a win in the UFC and
Well, they're
lost it,
they're they're both 0-1 in the
both
UFC.
0-1. They're both 0-1. So they both need a win really bad. They're both going to be coming out here. And to me, if you're going to have the two dudes coming out trying to get a win, if you're Dana, you want the 25-year-old over the 30-year-old. You get what I mean?
Roja doesn't have a win in the UFC. He has a win in Contender Series. He beat Davin Bittencourt. Davin Bittencourt just not good. I watched Davin Bittencourt fight
Yeah,
many
that was
times.
the Contender Series.
It was the Contender Series, so it wasn't a win in the UFC. His only fight in the UFC was against Clayton Carpenter, and he got rear naked choked. And that's the reason why. What Roja does, he gives up his back. And one thing about Jesus Aguilar, this is like I told you, the reason why I never bet on Jesus Aguilar is because I just can't bet on a guy that is gonna pull a gilly every single time. Every someone takes it down, he's gonna pull a gilly. He gets it sometimes, he doesn't, and that's what Nicole did. Nicole went to try to take down Jesus Aguilar. Aguilar pulled guillotine and got him in the first round. It happens. He caught him in the gilly. He pulled the gilly and he got it. One thing about Lucas Roja. He doesn't guard his back very well. Where you just seeing Clayton Carpenter
Do
going
you think
able to go out
Roca's
there
the
and
better
submit him.
striker?
I do believe Roja's a better striker. Yes.
Okay, so to me, that's why I would be taking him, just because. And then when you see this Nicole, right? Like I do feel like he's gonna strike with them because even most like 50% of his wins are by TKO as well. I don't know
But
if that's ground and
a
pound.
lot of those were ground and pound.
Yeah, was it? Yeah,
Yeah. A lot
because
of the
I see KO, TKO, I see ground pound strikes, punches, and triangle choke, armbar, rear naked. But it just, to me, when I see that, it just makes me think the dude might try to strike with him, and he might be able to do it too. It's just like I said, to me, the line is almost perfect on this one.
He said it feels like a trap regardless. That's why I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a
I
pick
d-
'em.
my bet, I'm picking nickel. I'm not betting nickel on the money line. I'm telling you the best bet for this fight
Is
is
over one and
over
a
one and
half.
a
Yeah,
half. I
yeah,
don't
and
see
I do
I
feel
don't
like
see
they're
anybody
both
getting finished in the first round.
based off of even what I said, where they're both going to be fighting real hard to keep their job, and they're both 0-1. They're both not going to want to go to sleep. They're both. It probably is going to be a bloody decision. Like,
He says, but look at both of their losses. I get it. They lost. They both lost in the first round. But no, yeah, they lost. They both. Well, Roja lost in the second round, but Rare could choke. Roja's not gonna get submitted by Nickel. He's not that you can't call him Swivy Betts. First off, let me just say this real quick. Swivy Betts, if you see this, you're a little girl, bro. I don't care. No one likes you no more. But basically,
who's
okay. Look, Swivy Betts is a guy that has these UFC bets. Like he tries to come out here and act like he's the best bettor in the world, and I never lose a bet and da da da.
this
Swivy
is
Betts,
wild.
So look, Swivy, Mr. Carter. That's his name. It's Mr. Carter. It's right there. Look on top of his head.
No, I was
Oh,
blocking it.
you're blocking it, huh?
Mr.
No,
Carter.
I just want to tell Mr. Carter what happened with this. So he's when he calling you Swivy Betts because you kind of do like so you have the mustache and little goatee just like Swivy Betts. But Swivy Betts went out there and bet callback $50 that Corey would beat Marab, and Swivy Betts told him if Corey wins, you pay me 200. If Marab wins, I'll pay you 50. Marab wins. He messages back Swivy Betts, and then he just ghosts him. Like he just ghosts him. Like he's like
So
literally, like
darn.
he just ghosts him. He's like, you know what, bro? Like I'm not gonna pay you. And then he messaged him last night. Hey, dude, why are you telling people my business? Because I went and messaged Swivy Betts, and I said, bro, that's a whole move for you to go out there and not pay somebody one of your followers. You made a bet because you were so confident. And then he messaged him back and said, hey, dude, why are you telling people our business? And da da da. And he still didn't pay him. So like I said, I'm over the Swivy Bet stuff. Like, bro, like this that dude just, like I said, no. But like, going back to the fight, guys. If you're here, guys, I'm sorry. Like, we're just talking
Internet,
to
Andy.
Cooper now, man. What? What
I
was
said
that?
the internet told
Am I-
you.
oh, the internet, bro. Like I'm
No, I'm
saying,
telling you, it's undefeated. You don't ever
yeah,
try to face it. It's like,
yeah.
mhm.
So yeah, like I said, but let's get back real quick. The reason why, let me explain to you the reason why that Roja won't get submitted in the first round by Nicole because Nicole doesn't really. Nicole is gonna try to take your back. Like I said, he's gonna try to sit there and like just backpack you. And I do believe that Roja has a submission defense to stop it. And I just believe that Roja's not going to knock out or submit Nickel in that first round either. But like I said, over 1.5 to bet for this one. Let's move on to the next one because this is a very low level fight that we're just taking too much time on this low level fight. Next fight, guys. My top three most confident fight of the whole entire night. Irina Alexeva, Russian Ronda, taking on Beatrice Mesquita. Guys, I'm taking Beatrice Mesquita. She's gonna win this fight. She's making her UFC debut. I've bet this girl so many times in LFA. I watch all of her LFA fights. She trains with a lot of great people. She has a very good training camp. And let me see these odds. Mine now, right now, they're just not. It's just not loading. So let me see. Trying to get these odds. It's just not loading right now. I don't know why I just like froze on a white screen. I believe that Mesquita's a minus 600 favorite. That's what I do believe. I believe she's a minus 600 favorite. But at the same time, she deserves it. Irene Alexeyeva this is judo versus oh, right here. Now I got it. It's back on. It's back on. Oh no, never mind. I said oops, something went wrong. But that's what it just says. Like, oops, something went wrong. But she's a minus 600 favorite. Irene Alexeyeva is going to try to grapple with her. She's going to try to use her judo and take her to the floor. Mesquita is a world champion jiu-jitsu artist. I'm talking about a 3-time world champion jiu-jitsu artist. She has good wrestling now because she's been training with a lot of these people at American Top Team. She trains with Kayla Harrison. So you're telling me a girl that's going to try to use judo against her, that against a girl and be a Mesquita that trains with Kayla Harrison for a decent amount of time, that's a judo champion in the Olympics, is not going to teach you how to stop some of these judo throws and stuff. And Mesquita is a dominant grappler. She's going to be on top. I think she just submits her. Oh, he has the odds. Thank you for letting me know the odds because this it says, oops, something went wrong again. But basically, I believe she submits her. I think she's a minus 600 favorite. I would pick her as a parlay piece for sure. I like the parlay piece of Mesquita. Like she's one of my confident picks of the week. I do believe she wins this fight by submission. So a minus 125 by submission is a really good spot because she will submit her. Like, I swear, if this fight's on the floor, she's gonna show that she's a 3-time world Pan Am world champion at jiu-jitsu. She trains with Kayla Harrison. She knows how to stop judo throws. She has good wrestling herself, training at American Top Team. And that's the one thing, the reason why people don't like betting on jiu-jitsu artists, like a lot of jiu-jitsu people, because one thing about people that know jiu-jitsu, like those world champions, a lot of them are great when they get to the floor, but they can't get the takedown to get the fight to the floor. Mesquita does not have that problem. Her wrestling is legit. She's gonna get this fight to the floor. So yeah, I think the best bet, uh, arena by points. I don't. I just, like I said, I'm very confident in Mesquita, so I just take the submission at -125 or just parlay Mesquita, because like I said, very confident in her. I know this girl a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much on this one. I'll probably be rocking with you on this one and call back. Probably same thing on this one, just the Mosquito.
Look at
This is
this.
a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. So
If you guys want to put any money on the other girl, Irina Alekseeva by decision, a +850. By decision, a +850. She won't submit Bia. She won't knock her out. But +850, guys. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Now getting to the next fight, a banger between two big guys. It's going to be Victor Petrino taking on Thomas Peterson. Guys, this one I'm taking Victor Petrino. I think he's gonna come in here and end up
thank you.
knocking
I
out.
was hoping you were
I,
gonna say
I,
that.
I think he's gonna end up knocking out Peterson, but at the same exact time, I told you guys earlier when with the Pilastri parlay, where I'm not too confident in Pilastri, I'm honestly not too confident in Petrino either. I do believe he wins this fight, but so I'd probably honestly personally, let me see that parlay. Pilastri and Petrino together.
The double P's, PP.
Double P. See, so the double P parlay, triple P. Petrino Pilastri parlay, the triple P. We're gonna do it. But what's it called? So basically, it's a -170. That 2-leg parlay. That's pretty good odds if
What
you
is
guys want to take
Petrino
that.
at?
Petrino's a -290. He was a
Okay,
minus.
so
He
the
was a
bookie
minus
agrees
three.
with this.
He was a -350, but money just came in on Peterson, which I understand it because Petrino just shits the bed sometimes. He's very powerful. I do believe he gets the fight done by knockout in that first round. But if he doesn't get this fight out of that first round, Thomas Peterson's gonna be live because Petrino will get tired. And Thomas Peterson is a guy that likes to put his weight on you and he likes to grind you out and get you tired. He has good wrestling. He could possibly take down Petrino. And like I said, I think Petrino knocks him out, but at the same time, I can't trust Petrino, a guy that got submitted by Anthony Smith and by Anthony Smith's end of his road fight. The last fight Anthony Smith ever won in his career was against
But
Petrino.
but Anthony
So
Smith is a better fighter than Thomas Peterson in his prime. Like
in his prime, but right
and
now, like
I'm just talking about skill for skill, right? And to me, that's why I have the same thing as you. I have Petrino, but the biggest thing to me on this one is Petrino was a light heavyweight. And
mhm.
so, like, he's gonna be quicker. He's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna get outgassed compared to Peterson. That's the heavyweight, the heavier dude. You know, um, Peterson to me, his only route to winning this, and it's kind of went that way in the UFC, is like you either get knocked out or you knock them out. So it's like I feel like this is a stand-up fight between two big dudes. But Petrino is coming from light heavyweight that is a more skilled, faster striker. He
Mhm.
like they both stand there and bang, but Petrino moves just a tad bit better than him because Petrino wasn't that's why he wasn't doing so good in light heavyweight anymore was just
It was
because
too
you could
slow.
he was too slow. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, but he's faster than the heavyweights, which he showed in
And
his
he's
last
big.
fight when he was able to submit what's his name. He
Austin
just
Lane, but Austin Lane's
He's not very good, but it's just remember how you always said that there's those low level dudes that you could like. I could see Petrino going in here and just taking down Peterson and beating him. I could see him out jabbing
he
him and
could.
striking him and beating him. Like, but I really think he knocks him out, like you said. And the only way Petrino doesn't win is if Peterson flash knocks him out, which is
Mm-hmm.
some heavyweight shit. So
Yeah. So, like, honestly, this looking like I'm not gonna lie to you, just looking at the just not even just like take tape out of it because if you watch the tape, you're gonna see kind of like okay, Petrina has the wrestling, he has the power, and he's big and he's explosive. Peterson is more technical. He tries to land the jab, put his body weight on you, tries to maybe sometimes wrestle you, and he tries to like kind of grind you out, and then he'll end up knocking you out. But just looking at the topology, just looking at the people they fought, the only two people that Peterson has actually beat is Muhammad Usman
and
and
you're not really
Dontel
high
Mays.
on and you're
And
not high on
both of
either of
them,
them.
I've
Yeah.
said both of these guys, Muhammad Usman and Dontel Mays, are probably the top two, top three worst heavyweights in the division. So he's beat probably two of the worst people in the division. And I look at it and I see Shamil Gaziev, where Shamil Gaziev is a decent fighter, but he's not as fast as Petrino. He doesn't hit as hard as Petrino, and he knocked out Thomas Peterson with the right hook. So I'm picking Petrino by knockout. I do believe he wins this fight by knockout. And honestly, like I said, I think Pilastri, Petrino is a good two-leg parlay. I don't trust really either of them, but I do believe they win the fight. What's Petrino by knockout? Let's go look at that odd real quick.
His
Petrino
two
by knockout.
losses are only Anthony Smith by submission in round one, which, like I said, Anthony Smith is better than him.
He shot a honestly, if you remember watching that fight too, Pacino was looking good, and then he shot a stupid takedown with his head on the outside and
And
got
then Dustin
choked.
Jacoby.
Yeah, and Dustin's a very good striker.
Oh,
Dustin's a very
and
good
beat him,
striker.
knocked him out in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Pacino got
other than
tired.
that, he's beaten good people. Tyson Pedro, he beat like, and these are all light heavyweights, Bukakis, uh Prashino. He's beat dudes that were better than Thomas Peterson. The only thing to me is Thomas Peterson is bigger. He's a heavyweight and he's a true heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is that going to be the difference? But I don't. I to be honest, I feel like Vitor Petrino throws like the straightest, like RoboCop type punches, and Peterson's gonna just catch something on the chin. That's the way
Yeah.
I see it.
If we go look at those odds, Petrino by knockout's a plus 150. A plus 150 Petrino by knockout. Decision for Pacino is a plus 260. Submission by Pacino is a plus 600. But I do believe the knockout plus 150 is probably the way to go if you want to bet the odds on that. Thomas Peterson by knockout's a plus 650. The under 2.5 is a minus 145. I do believe someone gets knocked out in this fight. So if you want to stay away from that, you guys want to bet over under. I think the under is probably the best way to go with this one at a plus 140. I mean minus 145. Because somebody's gonna get finished. Either Pacino's gonna get tired and get knocked out, or Pacino's gonna knock him out in that first round. But like I said, most likely I'm gonna be parlaying Pilastri with Pacino because I do not trust both of them. So it seems like I tend to do that. If I don't trust them, I'm gonna parlay them together, and hopefully they win, and we cash that bet. So yeah, it seems like we're all three really on Pacino. We all believe Pacino knocks him out, but it just doesn't really. It doesn't really see it. Mr. Carter is more confident Pacino than really I am, but I do believe Pacino wins this fight.
Yeah.
Next fight, guys, we're getting into is going to be Jafel Fiallo taking on Clayton Carpenter. Guys, this fight I am going to be taking. I guess Nicole was my first underdog, but it's almost a pick 'em now. But I'm taking underdog, guys. I'm taking Clayton Carpenter. I think Clayton Carpenter is just a better fighter. I like Clayton Carpenter a lot. I think he's going to use a lot of his takedowns in this fight and get down Jafel. Jafel has, if we look at his previous fight, he lost to was it Alan Nascimento? He did. He lost to Alan Nascimento. Nascimento just took him down over and over again. He beat Ode Osborne by renegade choke, but Ode Osborne is hit or miss. It depends. Like Ode Osborne, he gets tired and he's hit or miss. He has beat which Daniel. He's beat Daniel Baires, but where Daniel Baires when it came to the UFC, and he lost to Andre Lehman his last fight. He got choked out too, so it seems like he was a guy that had no grappling skills against him. One thing about Clayton Carpenter, Clayton Carpenter has the grappling skills. Fialho is not going to be able to submit Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter is one of these legit ground fighters, and he has good striking as well. He fights out of the MMA lab. He trains with a very good training camp. Right now, he beat Lucas Roja. He beat who is this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. I didn't even know this guy was in the UFC. I'm not even gonna say his name. It's Juan Camilo Ronderos. This is in the UFC. I didn't even know that guy was in the UFC. But let's see the guys he's beat. He's beat Edgar Chairez. You guys know who Edgar Chairez is. Edgar Chairez is a decent fighter. He's beat Edgar Chairez. He took him down and ended up using the grappling against him. He submitted Lucas Roja. The only fight he lost was to Tagir Ulanbekov, and that was a very close fight. And
Tagir's good too.
Tagir is really good, and he had a very close fight with Tagir. So he did really good in that fight against Tagir, and I believe this is honestly a big step down in competition from Tagir Ulanbekov to now Jafel Fialho. I think the only way he loses this fight is if it's going to go to decision. I'm telling you right now. I think this fight goes to decision, but maybe if the Brazilian judges rob him, I think that's the way he loses this fight. But I do believe he wins this fight. So I'm taking an underdog, Clayton Carpenter. He's a plus 100. It's almost a pick 'em. He's a plus 100. I think it's Filio is a minus 120. Over 2.5 is a minus 170. Let's go look at the decision props on these guys because I do believe it goes to decision, but we'll look at all of the odds right now. The odds on them is Fialho by knockout 750, Fialho by submission plus 450, Fialho by decision at plus 300, Clayton Carpenter by submission plus 550, Clayton Carpenter by knockout plus 900. Clayton Carpenter, you know what's the craziest thing? I understand that he's the underdog, but if you go look at the props, out of all the props, like I said, Filio plus 750 by knockout, Filio by submission plus 450, Filio by decision plus 300, Carpenter by knockout 900, Carpenter by submission plus 550, Carpenter by decision plus 175. Like he's the
Because they
underdog.
feel like if it does go to decision,
He's gonna
he's
win.
gonna win, and
Hmm.
so they're basically saying it's either the dude, either fucking Filio is either gonna submit him or knock him out, and if it does go decision, it's more likely that Clayton Carpenter. So you feel like it goes to decision,
Yeah,
so
and the over 2.5 is a minus 170. So it seems like even they're putting the over 2.5 right there as well. So
you could
I
save
don't.
yourself on that one too without even having to pick a fighter to win. So
Yeah, so like the over 2.5 seems like a good spot. Minus 170. Let's go look at the fight to go to decision. Fight to go to decisions at minus 140. You don't even have to pick a winner. Minus 140 for the fight to go to decision. I think it
that's
happens.
not a bad
But,
one.
like if I think Clayton Carpenter wins it. I think he wins by his decision. So I think the best three bets, honestly, for this fight is Clayton Carpenter's already a plus 100. Plus 100 ain't that bad. Plus 100 on the Clayton Carpenter.
Just a money line.
Just a money line, a plus 100. The fight to go to decisions, a minus 140. Clayton Carpenter to win by decision, a plus 175. Out of all three of those bets, I just think Clayton Carpenter the money line might be the best bet. Honestly, I do believe it goes the best bet. Plus 100, minus 140 for the fight to go to decision. If you think the fight goes to decision, Clayton Carpenter is going to win this fight because I believe the only way Filio wins this fight is, I guess, two ways. He flash knocks out Clayton Carpenter or he gets robbed in Brazil. Like, that's the only two ways I see this happening. So, yeah, I'm taking Carpenter, and I think he does it by decision.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add on this one or nothing. Like I said, I don't know the two dudes too well, but if I had to pick, I would pick Carpenter with you. And then I liked a lot of the stuff you were saying with Carpenter, and I agree with
Hmm.
that as well. And I would lean that way for sure. Um, I think he's probably, like you said, I would probably pick him by decision if I had to pick anything. So we can go to the
Real
next
quick,
one.
off of UFC, real quick. The Tigers and the Mariners are going to the 12th inning. They are going to the 12th inning. This is a crazy.
Those are the greatest games.
It's
Like
a
the Philly and the
crazy game.
Dodgers, I loved seeing that for the end because it like said what me and you had like said about it. Like it just basically happened. Like it's
Yeah.
the best game. Like it's the best two teams playing. So it should come down to some like last second crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, guys. The fight. I've been waiting for a while now. It's a fight I've been waiting for months. I had the inside scoop that he was scheduled, and I was just waiting for him to announce it. And one of my favorite fighters in the UFC, making his second fight in the UFC. He lost the first one, going up a weight class to 155 against Balaji Oki. He was a plus 600 underdog. He damn near won that fight, but it just came down to where he was on 3 days' notice, up a weight class. He damn near won the fight. Like, you go watch the fight against Balaji Oki. We are talking about Michael the Texas Kid as well, one of our favorite fighters in the UFC. He's going against Lucas Almeida. Guys, I'm taking Michael Aswell. I think Michael Aswell puts it on Lucas Almeida. I think he's live for a knockout or a decision victory. I think Michael Aswell's not going to submit Almeida. He's either going to knock him out or he's going to win decision. His output's good. His boxing's good. He has a great chin. He has the cardio to go all 3 rounds. His last fight against Balaji Oki, he kind of got tired in that third round because he was on 3 days' notice and he wasn't even really like ready to fight. He was training for a fight in Fury, a championship fight in Fury. He was training for it, but coming up a weight class out of nowhere, of course you're gonna get tired. You're not even ready for the fight, but he has all the skill levels to win this fight. I think Lucas Almeida is on his way out of the UFC. I'm a guy that actually likes Lucas Almeida, but I feel like he leaves his chin way too high in the air, and I don't believe he has the boxing to keep up with Michael Aswell. Michael Aswell has a really good training camp, training with Joshua Van. That's like his main training partner, and if you know Joshua Van's boxing, him and Michael Aswell would go back and forth, and they just be boxing it out. I like this whole entire team. I liked a lot of them. I took Korea in the last fight where he trains with them as well. He was a plus 400 underdog. We cashed that ticket as well with Korea. I think you took Korea as well, and you cashed that bet too. I think you took the plus 800 by knockout. I think that's what you took, and you ended up knocking him out. So that was I like this team a lot. One thing I know for sure is Michael Aswell is my most confident pick of this whole entire card. I do believe he wins this fight. I'm a big fan of this guy. I think this is a tailor-made matchup for him. What Dana tends to do, if you come in on short notice up a weight class and you come in there and you prove to Dana, like, you know what, I belong here, and you did Dana a favor on 3 days' notice, keep the fight going, Dana's going to give you a better fight in your next one because he wants you to win. He's going to set you up to win the fight. And another reason why Michael Aswell was a minus 170 earlier this week, and probably around like Wednesday or Thursday. Michael Aswell was a minus 170. Michael Aswell is now a minus 240. Money is coming in on Michael Aswell. People are believing in him just as much as I'm believing in him. Kind of mad I didn't hop on that minus 170. Honestly, now he's a minus 240. I might have to parlay him with somebody. But for sure, I'm telling you guys right now, Michael Aswell will be going down in my lock of the day plays because I like this guy a lot. I think he wins this fight by knockout or decision. So, like I said, he's a minus 240 favorite. The over 2.5 is at minus 155. Under 2.5 is at plus 120. If we go look at these props right now, the only way Lucas Almeida wins this fight, I'm telling you guys right now, is by knockout. If he knocks out Michael Aswell, it's the only way he's going to win this fight. Because one thing about Aswell's going to do, he's going to have more volume. He throws so much. He landed more strikes than Balaji Oki. But Oki, when he hit Aswell, Oki is like I'm gonna tell you right now, Oki, if you look at that body type, he should be fighting at minus one. He at minus 170. He should be fighting at weight class of 170. He should be fighting at 170. He's a big dude that cuts a lot of weight. Oh, Michael Aswell fights at 145 naturally. He went up to 155. It was almost like a 145 or fighting a 170 or like, and it was just Michael Aswell hit Oki so many. He rocked Oki a couple times in that fight in the first round, but where he hit him with all the shots, it seems like Oki just kept walking forward. Like, you know what? He's a smaller guy. He's not going to hurt me. And when Oki hit Aswell was kind of like, oh shit, this dude is big. So, like I said, I think the only way Almeida wins this fight is if he knocks him out, but I do not believe he wins this fight by knockout. If we go look at the Aswell by knockout, plus 425. Aswell by decision, a plus 135. Let's go look at that double chance to see if we can get that line better. Aswell by knockout or decision. That's the way to go. He will not, trust me, he will not submit Lucas Almeida. Michael Aswell by knockout or decision, a minus 140. Bro, that's the line. That's the lock of the day play right there. Michael Aswell by knockout or decision, minus 140. I like it a lot. Michael Aswell is one of my favorite fighters. If you guys have not yet, go check out that interview I did with him. I did an interview with Michael Aswell on my page. Go check it out. If you guys are here for the first time too, click that thumbs up and like the video and subscribe. This is Wager Zone breaking down UFC Brazil. But yeah, I think that's the best way of attacking this fight. I'm just hands down best way of attacking this fight is Michael Aswell by knockout or decision -140.
I'm probably gonna end up just taking the knockout straight.
Knockout straight
Yeah,
plus 400.
yeah. I think he just comes out here and he's the younger dude. He's gonna be hungry to win. He's gonna want to put on a performance. And the thing is if you've been knocked out by Andre Feely, bro, that
Yeah,
is like a
touchy
jabber.
feely. They call him touchy feely because what he does is he
Like
touches
he's
you.
good, bro, and he was better than for sure. But I'm just meaning like a more technical striker. Like I feel like Michael Aswell could get you, bro. And he's not as technical as Philly, you know? So maybe I'm wrong in that aspect, but I just feel like he's going to be coming forward, he's going to be pressuring, he's going to be the more aggressive and fresh fighter, you know, with the full training camp. I think he's
Hmm.
been training really hard. We've been keeping up with them. Um and yeah, so I could really see him going out there and getting like a real good performance of the night type shit. So
Yes, I believe in this guy a lot. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, Michael Aswell messaged me, and you know what he told me, guys? He said it's easy motherfucking money this weekend. That's what he said. He said I messaged him back, and I said Aswell money line lock. He said lock it in, easy motherfucking money, bro. I'm telling you,
knockout, maybe.
Michael Aswell is gonna beat Lucas Almeida. I'm very high on him. Like I said, the best bet for this fight. He's taking the plus 400 by knockout. I think I'm going to be taking that -140 knockout or decision because if he somehow gets it to decision, like I said, if it goes to decision, he's going to have way more output. He'll land so many.
9 years younger.
Yeah, 9 years younger. 9 years younger. Like,
I
dude,
just want
like,
you to remember that. 9 years younger.
yeah. So we're very high on Michael Aswell this weekend. Go take Michael Aswell. We're going to be
Yeah,
in our
that's
lock
all
of the day
that I to
plays.
be honest, like I might parlay him with somebody, but like most of my money on the weekend and everything, I'm putting like the house on Michael as well. So
Yeah, that's my dog, bro. That's my dude. He's gonna go in here. He's gonna win
live
this
or
fight.
die
He's
by
gonna
the sword. So
Yeah, he's gonna come in here and cash this bet. I swear that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna come in here and cash this bet for us. So Michael Aswell, let's get it. Next fight, guys, is going to be a low level fight. This is what I say. Someone will be dropped from the UFC. Ricardo Ramos taking on Con Offley to fight for their jobs. Guys, this one, I'm taking underdog again. I'm taking Offley. I think Offley's going to be able to use his wrestling and grind him out for a decision victory. If I'm not confident in this fight at all, I think this fight is going to be 50-50 back and forth. But if you're going to give me a plus 175 on a guy where it's like a 50-50 fight and it can go either way, I'm taking an underdog. I think Con Offley is going to get to the takedown, use his grappling. I'm making this a very close fight. But let's go look at those odds real quick because Ricardo Ramos, he's hit or miss. You can't never trust Ricardo Ramos. One thing you can't do is trust Ricardo Ramos at a -210 favorite. You cannot trust this guy at that high of a favorite. So it's dog or pass for me on this fight. Just go look at those odds. Like I said, -210 for Ramos, plus 175 for Offley. The over 2.5 is a -145. The under 2.5 is a plus 110, which the over 2.5 actually, the odds just changed. Money just came in on Offley, plus 170 and plus -205. So a little bit of money just came in. But the over 2.5 looks good because I do believe this fight goes to decision. But the best way in my opinion, because I think this fight goes to decision. So the best way to attack this fight, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, either the over 2.5 at a -145. Oh shit! It said, "Oops, something happened." Oh, never. There it is. It's back. So, like I said, -145 for the over 2.5. The fight to go to decision. That odd is a -110. That's like you get either way. You get a winner if it goes to decision. So -110 for the fight to go to decision. If you take Offley by decision, if you guys want to take those big high plus money, is on Offley by decision. Offley by decision is a plus 450. So a plus 450 on the underdog. That's probably going to go to a decision in this one. Ricardo Ramos by decision is a plus 175. You guys like the Ricardo Ramos side. One thing like I said, the best way to attack this fight for me is going to be the probably the two things. Either the over 2.5 at a minus 145 or Con Offley at a minus 130 on the spread. Because even if Ricardo Ramos wins this fight, Offley will not lose all 3 rounds. He will get a round in there and he will win at least one round with those takedowns. Is one thing Ramos does is Ramos, even in a fight he should win, he always makes it close. So those are my two best bets for this one. Either take the fight to go to decision at a minus 110 or Con Offley on the spread at a plus one at a plus 3.5 at a minus 140 or minus 130. But the pick right now is going to be Offley. I think Offley does it by decision.
I'm not like super confident or anything, like you said, but I mean, I'd probably be on the Ramos side just because like I know him more and I've been a
Mhm.
fan of the dude from back in the day and stuff. But like you said, it's gonna be a hard fight. I don't know. I wouldn't be confident on either side. You did say off flees the dog, right?
Offley's a dog plus
Yeah, so I
175.
mean, I would understand why people would pick the dog or pass on this one almost, because like you said, it could go either way. I wouldn't be confident in either side, but um, yeah, just be more of just me being a fan of Ramos. I'll pick
Hmm.
Ramos, but no like reasoning. He is 2 years younger than him, but not in fight years. I'll tell you that. Like,
Yeah.
he has fought the better people, if that gives you anything. But it's like that's still like it's a toss 'em to me. It's a pick 'em to me. It'd be a hard one. So on a pick 'em fight, take the dog.
Yeah, it's dog or pass on this
And it
fight,
might
honestly.
be and then is Ricardo Brazilian?
Is Ricardo Ramos Brazilian? I think he is. Yeah, he is.
That and that could be one thing that you if you do think it's going to decision and you see that like like let's say earlier in the night you see the Brazilians are getting the lean in the card and obviously somebody won and the Brazilian got the lean on the card. Maybe you want to take Ramos just because of that now.
Hmm.
So that's something I would just say watch out for maybe
Yeah,
because like
see how the judges are scoring it on the way.
yeah, because if they're scoring it for Brazilians throughout the night on weird decisions, then maybe take Ramos live, especially because you think it's going to decision. So, but that'd be
Yeah,
about
so
it on that one.
I think we both agree this fight is kind of like dog or pass, or even maybe like I said, the fight that goes
Mm.
to decision at minus 110 might be the best spot
I
to
like
take
that
it.
one the
Like that.
best, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'd probably take that over Ramos, to be honest. So,
Sorry, guys. Right before we get into this next fight, I just want to say something. The Tigers just had the bases loaded, and the Seattle Mariners got out of the inning.
oh
Man,
man,
I don't know the Tigers need the I don't know how they did it, but they got out of the inning. Bases were loaded. They had a man on third and a man on second with 0 outs. A man on
apparently Seattle doesn't have a pitcher that chokes like
like
Phillies
the Phillies, dude. It's like yeah, the Phillies would have give up a whole 3 runs for sure. All right, guys. Now next fight is going to be am I on the right fight. Yeah, next fight,
Yeah,
guys. Hanata
Renata.
Denise. Yeah, Hanata Denise taking on Mario Pinto. Guys, honestly, this one I'm taking Denise. I think he's gonna probably end up winning this fight by knockout or decision. Mario Pinto Beans, in my opinion, is just not the very best striker. He hit this fight to the floor. He hit very heavy? Yes, he does. But I don't think he's not gonna out technical Hanata Denise. He's gonna have to take down Denise. But Denise has shown in his last fight his takedown defense is getting better. And Mario Pinto hasn't fought the best competition either. He's fought a lot of cans on his way up. He has a very good win in the UFC. Like in the not a very good win. He has a decent win in the UFC. He's beat Austin Lane, but I feel like everyone's beating Austin Lane at this point. So he knocked out Austin Lane, and he went out there and he didn't look that good in that first round either. Like he did okay, but then Austin Lane was very competitive in that first round. But the second round, he ended up knocking him out. He beat Lucas Camacho in the contender series, but Lucas Camacho is 6-1, fought a lot of cans. If you go look at the guys that Mario Pinto has beat, he's beat a guy that's before the UFC. He beat a guy that's 1-1. He beat a guy that's 0-0. He beat another guy that's 0-0. He beat another guy that's now 5-6. He beat another guy that's now 2-4. He beat another guy that's now 5-4. He beat another guy that is now 6-4. He beat another guy that this might be the best win. This guy's 10-5 now, but that's still not the best record. But he's beating a lot of cans, and he beat Lucas Camacho, where Camacho is 6-1 now. Camacho was 6-0. But if you go look at Camacho, Camacho is beating a whole bunch of cans on the way up and shoot to Brazil, and before he fought Pinto in the contender series, he didn't fight for 3 years. So, like I said, Mario Pinto hasn't fought the best competition. If you go look at Renato Diniz, yeah, his last fight, he beat up Alvin Hines, guys, and I like Alvin Hines. Alvin Hines is a very explosive, good, decent fighter, like he is. But like I said, like one thing I said about Hines, he has a day job, and he's not like a full time competitor. So, but he went out there and beat Alvin Hines up really bad. He has a fight against Marcin Tybura where Tybura beat him took him down, and the fight got stopped because of the eye. Like his eye was very swollen, so it was a doctor stoppage. And Marcin Tybura is a top six heavyweight in the world. He's beat Carl Williams. Carl Williams is a decent fighter now in PFL, getting wins in PFL. He knocked out Austin Lane too, but like I said, everyone knocks out Austin Lane. But it just seems to me that he's fought the better competition. If you're going to give it a striking battle, he's way more technical than Mario Pinto. He's going to pick apart Mario Pinto. Mario Pinto's a guy that tries to swing very heavy and tries to knock you out, but Deniz is this a guy that's been a world champion in kickboxing, and he has a lot of great kickboxing matches. And I just think if Mario Pinto cannot get this fight to the floor, Deniz is live. So I'm taking Deniz. I think he wins this fight. The odds on this one is a pick 'em, -112 to a -108. The over 2.5 over the -105. The under 2.5 a -125. If you go look at the odds for this one, it is Deniz by knockout is a +165. Deniz by submission, where it's not that will not happen, is a +2800. So it will not happen. Deniz by decision is a +325. Mario Pinto by knockout is a +350. Mario Pinto by decision is a +350. So honestly, guys, the best way to attack this fight is just Deniz. For my personal self, is just Deniz on a money line. I don't know if he's gonna knock him out. He could win this fight by decision. He could knock out Mario Pinto, but I just think Deniz on the money line is the best way to attack this one.
Have been going back and forth on this one. I was on the knees most of it, but it's just a hard fight. Like, and it makes sense why it's a pick 'em. It's like the one we were just talking about before this, where it's like two dudes that could win, and I could see you making an argument for either side. Um, to be honest, the line that you said that I liked the most was that under 2.5. Um,
Hmm.
just because I do think these dudes are gonna come out and bang, and I think somebody's gonna end up going to sleep. So if
Yeah.
that's the case, I would take the under 2.5 instead of just betting somebody by knockout. Like, because I'm not confident on either side, I would just take the under 2.5. I mean, I can see why people are it's like a pick 'em on that too. It's because Denise has went to decisions and beats people by decision, but I also think that he's been fighting people that are a little bit older that he can out decision, and this Pinto dude's probably going to come at him, and which will leave him the open for a counter. So like I
Hmm.
think I think Denise probably, like you said, being the better kickboxer, counters him and knocks him out if I had to pick, but I would just stick with the under 2.5. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, under 2.5, like that's basically showing that you basically, if you think that someone's gonna get knocked out, either way, under 2.5 is probably the best spot to attack it. I just like Denise in this one, so I think my best way to attack this one is Denise on the money line, because I
Yeah,
do
if
believe
you think
Denise,
if you're confident on either side, you either pick that side.
yeah, on the money line. That's
Yeah, with
probably
the
it's like
money
that's probably
line.
the best one.
I'm just not confident on either side, so I would probably
Hmm.
take the under 2.5.
Yeah. Now the next fight, guys, my second most confident fight of this night, where this will be in my lock of the day parlay. And my lock of the day parlay, guys, for this fight card will be Joel Alvarez and Michael Aswell in a two-leg parlay. If you guys are here, you guys just got a free lock of the day play that will be posted on my Buy Me a Coffee page. So you guys got a free pick for you guys. -151 is that parlay for that I just think Joel Alvarez is gonna beat up Vicente Luque. I don't think Vicente Luque has anything for him. Vicente Luque is on his way out. I think Joel Alvarez is a better grappler. I think he's a better striker. He's a younger fighter. He has a better cardio. I think this is probably going to be the last fight for Vicente Luque in the UFC, and they're going to probably end up dropping him after this because I think Vicente Luque is just honestly kind of washed at this point. But give me Joel Alvarez. Like I said, I think he finishes Vicente Luque. I don't. I'm not going to be taking a prop in this one. I think he's probably going to knock out Vicente Luque. It's a plus 150, but it seems like the best bet to take this one is honestly, Joel Alvarez inside the distance. Just go look at that one. Inside the distance is a minus 275. So yeah, it seems like they're thinking he's gonna knock him out or submit him. I think the same exact thing. But like I said, I'm taking what's his name again? I just forgot his name. I'm taking Alvarez. I think Alvarez comes in here, beats this fight. I'm parlaying him and Michael Aswell for my lock of the day parlay.
Sounds good to me. That's the probably the most second most confident person I had in the day too. So I like it. I like it. I like when
Yes.
me and you have the same things. I was pretty high on Petrino too, but I wasn't gonna parlay him with as well. I probably would have did Joel too. So yeah, I'm pretty heavy on Joel, just as I was Michael as well. I don't have too much to add on that one, but same
Yeah,
thing.
so we're both in the same boat on that fight. Next fight, guys, we're getting into the co-main event. Co-main event is going to be Davison Figueiredo taking on Montel Jackson. This guy's Montel Jackson's a minus 330. Davison Figueiredo is a plus 265. The over 2.5 is a minus 190. The under 2.5 is a plus 145. So it seems like the people think this fight's gonna go to a decision. Guys, I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking Figgy. I think Figgy's going to be able to get to Montel Jackson's hips and take him down and end up grinding him out. I know I like Montel Jackson. I've bet him a lot of times. He has very good reach. He's a long fighter. I think he's going to have like a 7, 6 inch reach in his fight and like probably a 4 inch height advantage. But one thing about Figgy's going to be able to get to those hips of Montel. Montel doesn't have the best takedown defense. He's been taken down by JP Buys. And in my opinion, if JP Buys is going to be taking you down and almost grinding you out and winning that fight, Figgy is going to be able to take you down. He's a very good wrestler. He's a good grappler. I think Figueiredo grinds this fight out. I think it's going to be very close. If you're going to give me a plus 265 on a former champion that's had very good fights, where his last fight, the only person he lost to was Peter Yan. So Peter Yan is arguably might be the top three in this whole entire division. And I don't think Montel Jackson's on this level. So I'm just surprised he's such a big underdog. But I'm taking Davison Figueiredo in the co-main event. I think Figgy pulls it off in Brazil and gets probably a decision victory.
You know me, I'm Mr. Fade Figgy, so I'm gonna be on the Jackson side. I
Mm-hmm.
just I was never big on Figgy in the first place. I never liked his style. I always thought he was a weight bully. Um, I just never liked his style at all, you know. And I think once he came up, he's beaten dudes that he can beat, like the dudes like Cheeto and the dudes like what was the other one? Cody, that are just like his level of fights at that point, you know. But
Uh-huh.
I feel like when he's fought anybody that's good, especially at this weight, he's been shown that he can't compete with them. And it's like because he lost to Corey and he lost to what's his name that you just said.
Yeah, he lost, but that was
I
a
mean,
knee.
Corey's good,
That was,
and
but
obviously,
he lost by a knee injury though. He blew out his knee on a takedown, so I don't really count that as really like a
but
real loss.
Cheeto and Cody, to me, I would still
And
think
Rob Font.
like, I still think Montel's better than all 3 of those at this point right now,
I like
especially at
Montel
the point
Jackson.
I think at the point of where he's fought him at, like, right now, like, if like, Rob Font may have been, like, better than him at one point maybe, but, like, maybe prime Cody Garbrandt was better than Montel, but maybe
I think
same,
I
but
think Cheeto and Montel is probably on the same skill level, in my opinion.
I don't I think Montel would beat Cheeto, so I always thought that Cheeto just always got real good matchups and certain things that went in his favor. Like like Dominic Cruz on his way out. Like Dominic Cruz was putting like he loses the fight until he's not, you know? And that's not a
Hmm.
good way to be a champion or to be so it's like to me, that's almost what Figueiredo does. He can lose the whole fight. And like I understand why you would bet on him as the dog because he could lose the whole fight and throw some crazy shit and knock you out. He can fucking submit you. He could do some wild out of the blue shit. I just don't see it happening,
Hmm.
you know? Especially when now he's over the hill, you know?
Yeah, like I honestly just look at this fight just because I feel like this is a giant step up for Montel Jackson. I feel like a
It
lot of
is.
people are.
It is.
I feel like a lot of people are fading Figueredo because he's on a 2-fight losing streak. But one of them was a knee injury where the fight was in the second round. The first round was very close, and then he ended up losing the fight by a knee injury, blowing out his knee on a takedown. But um, if you look at Montel Jackson's his wins in the UFC, Daniel Marcos, where I feel like Daniel Marcos is 17-1, but Daniel Marcos has beat a lot of like lower level competition. Like he personally, I don't think Daniel Marcos is all that. He's beat Damon Blackshear, where Damon Blackshear just went out there and lost to Davy Grant and showed that he's not probably on the high end skill level. He's beat Ronnie Yaya, where Ronnie Yaya is probably the worst fighter in the UFC roster. He's beat Julio Arce, where Julio Arce is now dropped from the roster. He beat JP Buys, where that fight was very close, and JP Buys is no longer in the roster. He beat he beat Jesse Strader, where Jesse Strader is now 8-4, and he's out of the US. He's out of the UFC. And then his fight before that, he lost to Brett Johns, where Brett Johns actually was the only fighter that really decided to wrestle him and take him down. That was in 2020. It was 5 years ago. But I just see it as like he's fought a lot of low level competition, and I can he win this fight? Yes, he can. But Figgy's fought everybody, man. Like
No,
Figgy,
no,
like
I get you. Figgy's definitely going to be the probably more skilled fighter. I think his chin will be tested in this fight and multiple different things. So we'll see. Like I said, it just it's a hard one too. Like with it being closer, it's definitely closer than the line has it. You
mhm.
know. And so, like,
Personally,
I can understand why you're on the, but you know me, I faded Figgy like for
I
a
think
long time.
I
So
think you fade Figgy at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights in a row at this point. Because I think I remember all the fights that like I remember when we watched them.
yeah, I think I took
You took
Cody
Joseph.
against
You
him.
took Benavidez on the second fight against him.
Yeah, or Moreno, you're saying?
No, the Joseph Benavidez
Oh,
for the
yeah.
title back in
Yeah, and
2020.
Corey Sandhagen I took, I know that. I took Peter Yan. To be honest, the one that I think feel like he was gonna win was Cheeto. Like, I
Yeah.
think that was the one that I felt like he was gonna
Well,
win.
that's
I bet
because
him
you hate Cheeto just as much as you hate
No, I
Figgy.
honestly like Cheeto as a
Do you?
person more than Figgy. I just don't think Cheeto's a good enough fighter as Figgy.
Hmm.
Like, I just think Cheeto has heart. And I
Yeah.
think
Well, that's what Cheeto
Figgy
does.
is like the opposite. I think Figgy has all the skill in the world, but he wasn't using his like heart to fight. Like he uses his skill and shit like that. And it's good, but there's been moments where those heart moments come out and he does not do well. Like when
Hmm.
people just need to you need to just bite down on the mouthpiece, you know?
Yeah. See me, I've actually bet. I've bet Figgy. I know for sure. I bet Figgy against Benavidez, Perez. I bet him on all the Brandon Moreno fights. No, actually no. The last fight I did take Brandon Moreno when I did on the last one. I decided to take Moreno, but I bet him on all the other ones against Moreno. I bet him against Rob Font. I bet him against Cody. I bet him against Cheeto. And then I picked against him against Peter Yan and Corey because I feel like that's too much of a step up for him. And I thought he was going to end up winning that fight.
Well, I
So,
could definitely see Montel losing, you know? It's not like
yeah.
it's like a
I
crazy,
just think
but
the line's way off, you know.
yeah.
Like plus 265 on Figgy. I just believe that's kind of crazy. Maybe Montel goes out there and knocks him out and proves me wrong, but I just think the line's completely off. So, like for this one, I'm taking Figgy. I think he's a decent underdog spot to take, even though if he loses, still like the line's
And
off. So,
not a
might as well
big
like
big pick or nothing.
yeah, nothing like crazy. Now, the main event, guys, the reason why UFC Brazil was made was for this guy. It's a short notice fight. Charles Oliveira taking on Mateusz Gamrot. Guys, this is going to be a fight that's going to go back and forth. Even the line says it. Minus 108 for Oliveira, minus 112 for Gamrot. It's a pick 'em. The fight's 5 rounds. The under 3.5 is a minus 130. The over 3.5 is a plus 100. Personally, guys, I think the over unders tell you that who's going to win this fight. Because, quick question: do you think Gamrot finishes Charles?
Anybody could finish Charles.
Anybody. No, but I just
Just because the way Charles fights, like it's not even him, like that people can beat Charles. It's just the way Charles fights. He puts himself in like shitty situations.
personally, I'm taking Charles Oliveira. I think Charles Oliveira wins this fight. I think he's going to end up submitting Gamrot. And one thing I know about Gamrot, you know me, I'm a Gamrot fan. I've took Gamrot many times. I personally thought he beat Dan Hooker, but a lot of people picked Dan. Dan Hooker won the fight. It was a split decision. I thought he beat Dan Hooker, but I get it. Everybody's fans of Dan Hooker and they like his striking and they wanted him to win that fight, so I understand it. And Gamrot should have won that fight, in my opinion, because all the ground control. I just don't understand how Hooker won that fight. But I like Gamrot a lot, but now I did one thing I know about Gamrot. He is going to put himself in some dangerous situations. Even that fight against Diego Lopez, he beat Diego Lopez in Diego Lopez's debut in the UFC, but he put himself in so many dangerous situations. And oh, my bad, I'm thinking about somebody totally else. So it was not Diego Lopez. He fought Diego Lopez, but not his debut. Diego Lopez's debut was against Evelev. That's what I was thinking about. But Gamrot always puts himself in dangerous situations. He's going to come run forward, and he's going to. One thing about Gamrot, he runs in like this. He runs in and he swings like this, and then he tries to shoot a takedown. And I feel like if Charles is standing there, where Charles has shown he has decent takedown defense, but Charles also will accept to get taken down. He'll be like, yeah, take me down. Go ahead. I will submit you when we're down here. Charles has really nice straight punches and great combinations. And I literally feel like that right hook or that straight hand is on the money, gonna crack Gamrot. Probably drop Gamrot. And when he drops him, one thing Charles does, Charles is not going to go, if he drops you, he's not going to go and try to ground pound finish you. He's going to hop on that neck and he's going to grab you and he's going to strangle you and finish you. And I'm thinking Charles, I think he wins this fight by submission. And I just think Gamrot's going to put himself in way too many dangerous situations to have Charles win. I think if Gamrot, and I don't personally don't think Gamrot has the power to knock out Oliveira. I don't know if Gamrot's actually finished anybody by knockout. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I can go look at it right now if he's finished anybody by knockout. Let's see. He has 25 wins, so he's probably won some of them by knockout. He has 8 knockouts, but I think a lot of them are ground and pound. Let's see. The last person he knocked out was Diego Ferreira. He knocked him out, and Scott Holtz, but that was back in 2021. That was 5 years ago. So in the last 5 years, he hasn't knocked out anybody. Like Jalen Turner was a split decision, and like he barely beat Jalen Turner. Fiziev was doing good. Fiziev won that first round, and Fiziev broke his leg on a leg kick, and it was a leg injury. And then the Rafael dos Anjos fight, it was against a 40-year-old Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos almost won that fight. I had money on Gamrot, and I was sitting there sweating because Gamrot took him down. Dos Anjos got back up and started putting it on Gamrot a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to lose money. Then he went out there and lost a split decision to Dan Hooker, where I thought Gamrot won the fight, but Hooker did get up many times and land some hard shots on him. And then the Ludovic Klein fight, guys. I personally was all over Gamrot that one. I just did not know why the line was so close. Let me see. What was the line on that one? He was a minus 160 favorite against Ludovic Klein. I don't understand it. Personally, I would have made him like a minus 300, minus 350 against Ludovic Klein, and he went out there and showed it. But now against Charles Oliveira, I just think Charles is going to be able to get back up whenever he wants. I think Charles is the better striker. I think Charles can go all 5 rounds in cardio, and Gamrot has shown he gets tired, and after like 2 or 3 rounds, he tends to slow down a little bit. This is only the second. This is the only the second 5-round fight that Gamrot's ever been, and that last one was the Dan Hooker fight where he went 5 rounds and he got tired, and that's when Hooker started to take over a little bit. So I'm taking Charles. I think Charles submits him. I literally see Charles dropping him, then hopping on his neck and submitting him. So give me Charles Oliveira to win this fight in Rio.
I've been flipping back and forth, but I've been mostly on the Gamrot side just because I think like the opposite of you. I think that Oliveira puts himself in the shitty positions. I think he is live to get knocked out or to have be submitted or just because of what he does, the way he fights, and I feel like they both kind of do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Um, where they're both like bullish fighters. They're both better than what they fight at. You get what I mean? Like Charles has proven he's one of the best fighters. Gamrot has proven against some people that he is a really good fighter. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like they never fight to their game plan. Ever, bro. Ever. Neither of them. So it's like to me, it's the line is like so perfect because it's hard to really be on either
It is a
side
pick and fight. It is.
because you don't know, like, if for me to be like, "Yeah, Charles is just gonna go out there and submit him." If that
Yeah.
was the case, if I felt that way, I'd be like, "Charles all day long." If I felt like Gamrot was just gonna stay on the outside and pick him apart, he could do it, bro. But I just don't think either of them are going to stick to their game plan, and I just think to me, I'd rather be on the Gamrot side, you know, where it's like I feel like he has more paths to victory, in my opinion. Where it's like the decision, like I don't think if it goes to decision, I don't think Oliveira wins. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think if it does get finished, I do think most likely it's probably Oliveira, like you said. So
Yeah, because
it's
I personally don't think Gamrot's gonna finish Charles. Like I don't see it.
No, no, that's what I said. I don't either, but I could see him winning by finishing him or decision. And for Charles, I feel like he needs to get, like you said, the neck. He needs to, which is just like any fight he's in. It's gonna be a fucking head-on collision, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
see who comes out on top of it, you know?
So he said, "I think the over 3.5 is the best bet." Personally, I don't like the overs in this fight. I don't. If you think Gamrot's gonna win, then over might be the best bet personally, because I don't think he finishes Charles. But I think Charles finishes Gamrot within those first 3 rounds. Like I really do. Like like I said,
They're
I think
both gonna
Gamrot.
be really aggressive.
Yeah,
Like,
I
to
think
me,
Gamrot's gonna
that's
come in
why, like,
aggressive. Yeah, I
but
think
that
Gamrot's
they
gonna come
might
in
not both
aggressive.
get finished though. So I don't, like I said, I wouldn't be confident in either of those either.
Yeah, like I think,
This
like
is
I
a
said,
real hard
I
fight.
like Charles. I think Charles probably knocks him out, and not knocks him out. I think Charles drops him and then hops on the neck and submits him. But personally, like I said, I always give you guys what my best bet for this fight is. My best bet for this fight is going to be Charles Oliveira just on a money line. I can't like if you think he's going to submit him, there's Charles Oliveira by submission, the plus 300. Charles Oliveira by decisions plus 650. Charles Oliveira by knockout's a plus 450. Gamrot by knockout is a plus 450. Gamrot by submissions a plus 500. Gamrot by decisions a plus 300. So like it just seems like it's everywhere. Let's go see what Charles by inside the distance is. Charles inside the distance is a plus 145. But I personally can't tell you. I'm not confident in any method of victory. I just like Charles Oliveira in this fight. I think this is a very good bounce back for him in his home country, in his home city of Rio. I think this is a very good spot for Charles. So for the main event, give me Charles, and I think Mr. Carter said he's on Gamrot.
Yeah, and one other thing is I think it would be in Oliveira's favor being at home, like you said, and then the one thing going against Oliveira would be him just getting knocked out by Taporia. So, but like you said, Gamrot not having the strongest of punches might not be a factor. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be, to me, it's gonna be a real banger fight. If we have a good main event that I'm probably not gonna be wagering too much on. We're super high on Aswell and Alvarez. We both are. Most of my money is going to be on those guys. That's
Mm-hmm.
where we're going to be at this week. When there's a lot of fights on the main card that are real pick 'em. If you're big on either side on some of these pick 'em fights in the main card, take the money line. There's a lot of pick 'em spots. So if you're a big Charles fan, if you're a big Gamrot fan, go throw your money on them and just do a little bet on them as a fan, instead
Mm-hmm.
of like, because there's a lot of pick 'em fights that you can just throw some money on, make good money, and just kind of enjoy the fight. Where if you're looking for some good bets, some real good shit to make some money, we're gonna be on Alvarez and as well.
Yes.
That's gonna be our
That's my lock of the
spots.
day play, guys. We guys are here right now. Like I do have my buy me a coffee where I put all my links into my videos. If you guys want all my access to my lock of the day plays, go become a member there. But just for right now, if you guys are here in this live right now, you guys could tell that. And if you guys are after this video is posted, if you guys are here watching an hour and 10 minutes into our video, you're gonna get a free lock of the day plays as well. It's gonna be Michael Aswell and Joel Alvarez in a 2-leg parlay. It comes up to a -170. I really, really like that a lot. I'm a big Aswell fan. I message him all the time. Me and him chatted up sometimes about different fights. And Alvarez is just gonna beat up Vicente Luque. Like I just think it's gonna happen easily. Aswell the GOAT. I don't know if Aswell gonna be the GOAT, but he gonna beat Lucas Almeida. So that's my two confident picks of the day. Aswell parlayed with Joel Alvarez. And all right, guys, that is our UFC live breakdown we just did. Like always, guys, if you guys are here for the first time, subscribe to the page. After this video, I will be going to post my actual video where it's just me breaking down the fights and a kind of a quick pick where the video is going to be about 11, 12 minutes. All my bets that I will be taking will be in the description. And as always, guys, like the video, subscribe. And real quick, if you guys want to know real quick, let me just do a quick rundown of who we did pick. I was on Lacerda. We both were on Lacerda. We both were on Pilastri, not that confident. I think you were on Rohan. I was on Nickel. But we both believed that the over 1.5 was probably the best bet for that fight. We were both on Mesquita. I feel like you didn't really know either of those fighters, but I
Yeah,
was
but
very
I like
high.
the miss. But yeah, I was picking yours on that one.
I was very high on Mesquita. I do believe she gets the submission. We both like Petrino, but I was not that confident in Petrino. But I liked Petrino in
I
that
was a little
fight.
bit higher on him than you were.
Yes, and then I like Clayton Carpenter. He was a +100. He was an underdog. I picked. I can't remember what you said. I think did you?
Yeah,
Take-
I agreed with you on that one.
Yeah, you took. We both took Clayton Carpenter. Like I said, we just told you guys Michael Aswell. Very high on Michael Aswell. I was on Con Offley as an underdog, but I said the best bet for that one probably is a dog or pass. Like I'm not confident Offley, but it was like a dog or pass for me. So like I said, Con Offley, and I believe Mr. Carter was on Ricardo Ramos, but the same
Yep.
exact thing. He said it's like a dog or pass. Don't go and bet Ricardo Ramos at that -200 favorite.
Just
Um,
bet the over 2.5. I think is what we kind of settled on
yeah,
that
we
one.
think we both
Yeah.
said over 2.5 might be the best spot. Janata Denise taking on Mario Pinto. I was on Denise. I can't remember what you said. Were you on Denise or were you on?
Same thing where it's like it's a pick 'em fight, but yeah, my pick was Denise.
Yeah, I thought Denise was gonna out technical Pinto. Like we just said, Joel Alvarez, very high on Joel Alvarez. I think he finishes Vicente Luque either by submission or knockout. I think he's gonna finish him right away. I was on Davison Figueiredo as a knock for by a I was on Figueiredo by the money line. He was the underdog I picked. I was on Figueiredo. He's on Montel Jackson. We both agreed though that the line is off. This shouldn't be that big of a favorite, but he was
That's
on
the
Montel.
only fight of the whole night that we didn't agree on. I know there was a couple other ones that we didn't agree on, but like I told you, I don't know the most about. But that was the one where I usually when those happen like that, I just stay away from them. When me and you both are so
Hmm.
separate, where it's like some of those other ones, like Ricardo Ramos and Olifi, were so close. Like I could see either side, but like I'm fading Figgy and you sound like you're fading Jackson. So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
fading.
to
I
me,
am
I'm
fading
just not
Jackson.
gonna bet it at all. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
+3.5 on Figueiredo. Possible, but if Montel's gonna beat Figgy, in my opinion, he's probably gonna knock him out. That's probably the way that Montel wins the fight. So I don't know. Like if you're on Figgy, just take the money line, in my opinion. Then yeah, and then he's on Gamrot and I'm on Charles, but we both believe that's just like a very, very close fight. So
go with your fan heart on that one.
with whoever you like, guys, go with on the main event. But I'm on Charles. I like Charles Oliveira. That's who I'm taking. And like I said, guys, after this is over, I'm going to be going to post my video right now, probably in the next 30 minutes. Stay tuned to the Wager Zone. Subscribe to the page. I'm going to have all my bets in the description, along with my Buy Me a Coffee page, where you guys get all my Lock of the Day plays for UFC, for LFA. Today, guys, was just not the day. I'm telling you guys. Don't go and bet Russians anymore. Russians are the guys are the ones that lose us plays. But like I said, Lock of the Day plays are on the Buy Me a Coffee. Also, the video will be posted after this. I'm the Wager Zone, tuning out of here. UFC Brazil. This is Mr. Carter. I want to say bye to the people, Mr. Carter, before I tune out of here.
Thank you guys very much, and you guys already know the deal. It's Mr. Carter's, and we might be live tomorrow, guys, for
Oh
like
yeah, we can do a watch
for
along
for a
possibly.
watch along because it's a fight night, and we might just sit here and bullshit and watch it with you guys, depending on what he's doing and depending on what I'm doing. So,
Yeah,
you
I
guys all
think
have a
if we.
great night. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Mhm.
Check me out at Mr. Carter's Collectibles on all platforms.
And yeah, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think I will be doing a watch along tomorrow. So it's coming tomorrow and bullshit with me about some fights. I probably will be doing a watch along. I have the day free tomorrow watching all these fights. And I think Mr. Carter might
Sounds
be
good.
on here as well. So
Yeah,
come and bullshit
I've
with
been
us
able
and
to.
watch these fights on a watch along tomorrow. Wager Zone, Mr. Carter. We are out of here, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow.